Hi, parents. I'm with you. We have hit the past 3 week marker of beyond where we expected that we would still have our children at home. And since that time, we have also, as a nation, received the stay at home, work safe order. So things at your house are probably looking a lot like my house, which is that they don't look anything like they normally do. And so this is unprecedented. There are a lot of therapists that are coming on, experts in child development, experts in human development, experts in the human psyche that are coming on talk shows and doing chats like this that are giving advice. And it's a lot to listen to. And I just kind of wanted to sum up basically some things that are working really well for my family to keep us sane. Because right now, again, these are unprecedented times. We've never, this group of people that are parenting kids right now have never lived through anything that is even close to this. Hurricanes, if you've been on the coast or lived anywhere near a hurricane affected area, this has gone beyond even what we have experienced with that. Because when you have a hurricane, I live on the coast, on the Texas coast. So when we have a hurricane, we know when it's coming, we know when about it will hit land, and then we buckle down or we leave, we evacuate, um, depending on the risk factor there. And then whatever destruction happens, it happens in a matter of hours. Even if that's a flood, which then creates ginormous, problems with floodwaters. But then you can see, even if it's a flood that lingers, as we had in Harvey, you start to see the flood receding. You see the flood water going down. So we're at a place where that's not something we get to look at. We have no idea. There's no gauge. So I just want to kind of give you four basic points that will help, I think, keep your sanity in this time of trouble. So, number one is have a routine. And I've said this on prior videos. I know almost everyone is saying this, but I still talk to people who are stressed out. And when I ask them if they have a routine, they don't. So I really can't emphasize how much that will help. When you have a routine, even if it's loose, from 8 to 10, it's going to look like this. From 10 to 12, if you can break it down by the hour, it's even better. But having a routine is absolutely, it's so important. If you're homeschooling kids at home, putting that into the routine, posting it somewhere where the kids can see so that they can understand what is predictable about their day. Um, Kids that have been in public schools, and even kids that are in private schools, or even kids that are homeschooled, they go by a routine that is predictable on a daily basis. And so now we have kids that have no predictable routines, and it's hard. It's just chaotic, and they will try to push all the boundaries to figure out where they are. That could look like arguing. That could look like, you know, having their own anxiety and fears. So I really can't stress that enough, that putting a routine up, posting it, even if it changes a little bit day to day, do Monday through Friday, maybe leave the weekends open. That's not something you really need to overschedule, because it wasn't something probably that you overscheduled before. But having that routine, a Monday through Friday routine that is predictable, that you can refer the kids to. Hey guys, no, we can't go. I'm trying to work online right now, and I can't take you out for a walk right now because look, it's work time, and you point to the chart. So having that is super important. Um, the next thing is with your homeschooling your kids. Um, I am a Sci-Fair ISD parent. They have really gone above and beyond and tried to give us lots and lots of resources to help us out in this time. I've never homeschooled my children before. I've thought about it lots of times, and then I thought I'd like them to live past their, 16th birthday. So it's been something that I have never dealt into, but I am doing it now. And so I am thankful for the resources that SciFair has provided us. And I just want to kind of tell you though, the schedule that they give you on there, it's pretty rigorous. And a group of homeschooling ladies and some parents were talking on a chat that we had at church, a Zoom chat. And a very good point was made is that schedule that they create that literally is almost a school day long, what a normal school day would be, is probably because they're just trying to give us an outline. And they also don't want kids to lose their stamina, because when kids do go back to school, they are going to be required to sit still to attend for 8 hours plus a day. So I can see why they did that. But right now, homeschool, it doesn't have to look like that, and you just have those conversations with your kids. Right now, we're not going to be doing school for 8 hours a day. And you can feel free to change it up every once in a while. Maybe Mondays we do science, we rotate that out with social studies on a different day, but do a little bit of math and reading every day. That's pretty much the consensus that we have all come to, as I'm a former educator, and then talking to other people that are currently educators, doing that math and reading, having them read. Every day, something that touches those two major subject areas, and then some writing if you can throw that in. Do that, rotate some things out, and go from there. So I will also tell you that if you are a SciFair parent, that the packets that they provide, although I know they're not encouraging us to use them, are great if you need a little bit more structure. Maybe you're doing great with the apps and the online resources that they're giving you, but for the smaller kids, the K-5 kids, it has looked a little different. I haven't gone on lately and looked. Today is Thursday, April 2nd, so I'm not quite sure what it looks like today, but I do know that the packet has saved my life with my third grader, because it is so much easier for me to structure his learning time with that packet, because it's tangible, hands-on, and it's just easier for me to follow. But I don't use all of it. I pick through it because it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. So the next thing is, you know, follow the rules, guys. Really and truly, we don't need to freak out, but at the same time, we just need to be safe. Do what you can from home. I understand. I have a husband who works in a category of work that is deemed essential, so he doesn't work from home. He leaves us every day, and he comes home again. And would we like him to work at home? Well, sure, but that's not an option that we have right now. So those of us that have to continue to work outside of the home, practice safe measures. Don't touch your face. I know it's hard. It really is. I mean, as you can see in this video, I've pushed my glasses up several times already, and that's near my face. So it's something that we do and we don't even realize it. But that is what we are hearing from the health experts, is that it's the touching of your face and then the direct contact with particles in the air from someone coughing, or that type of liquid particle particulate that flies through the air, and then us breathing it in. We know it lasts for a long time on surfaces, but take this seriously. We have a lot of people who are immunocompromised and elderly, and maybe suffering from multiple um, extra risk factors, such as people that have been smokers all of their lives. These are people we need to protect. These are our people. We are commissioned to love one another and love them more than we love ourselves. So really and truly, just follow the rules. And the final thing is to get out and move around, and try to do that obviously with social distancing. But man, I can tell you my own self, when I do my Bible study and when I get out and move around, I feel so much better. We can really get stuck in looking at our devices and, honing in on that and what's new on the news and what are the updates. But really and truly, getting outside. Yesterday was my middle son's 12th birthday, and we got outside and played baseball in the front yard. And I do have a larger lot than maybe the average residential home, but you don't have to do it in your front yard if you don't have room. There are open spaces where there aren't people. Just go and get some stuff out and play with your kids. Or if you don't have any kids, go walk your dog. Or if you don't have a dog, go walk yourself. But getting outside and away from electrical devices is really going to help with your anxiety levels and depression as well. Watch for self medicating if you feel yourself being overwhelmed and you find yourself engaging in, drinking more than you usually do, drinking more times a week than you usually do, drinking more volume, maybe in a sitting, maybe you'd have one or two and now you're at four or five. Really pay attention to that. You don't want to set up habits now that are hard to break later when life goes back to normal, because the bottom line is that life will go back to normal. We just don't know when. And it's best that we can save as many people as we can in the meantime while we're waiting for it to go back to normal. So I am a telehealth therapist. I have moved all of my clients to a telehealth platform. I encourage you, if you are feeling depressed, if you are feeling disconnected, if you are feeling anxiety that is outside of what is manageable, if it starts to affect your life, if you're not able to sleep, if your eating and sleeping patterns have started to change in an unhealthy way, seek out counseling. Everyone's doing it. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's so easy. All you need is a laptop and a good internet connection and a quiet place, and you can get help. Okay. So, if it's not to me, reach out to someone else. Help is out there, and we are ready to support you. Let's gear up for the rest of this and hunker down and do what we need to do to stay safe and support one another. Reach out to your friends with Zoom or with Duo or FaceTime, and just stay connected in a socially isolated way. I know it sounds funny, and it's so, even hearing me say it, it sounds so contradictory and ridiculous, but that's where we're at. Those are the times that we are at. So guys, I'm praying for us. Pray for our country. Pray for our leaders. Pray for the elderly and the immunocompromised and the part of the population that are at greater risk of being seriously damaged, if not killed, by this virus. And practice good habits, guys. Take care of yourself. Take care of your kids. These are unprecedented times. Your children were going to have crazy stories to tell about the time that the world shut down for a virus. So use this time to honor God and to be with your family and treat them with an unabashed love and unconditional love, and enjoy that time together. I pray that you're all well, and I'll see you next time.